It's now my honor to welcome our next speaker, one of our honorary co-chairs for the summit and the dinner, Nevada Assemblywoman Rochelle Nguyen. She was appointed in December 2018 and was elected to the same position in November of 2020. During the historic 80th session, she co-founded the first AAPI Legislative Caucus in the state of Nevada. She serves as the chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, the vice chair of the Judiciary, and is a member of the Education Committee. When not in session, she's a criminal defense attorney. And I had the pleasure of meeting her when she participated in APAICS's regional leadership training in Las Vegas in 2020. And as a Vietnamese American woman myself, I am deeply thrilled for all of her historic accomplishments. Please give a warm welcome to Assemblymember Rochelle Thuy Nguyen.
Gosh, I'm so excited to be in this room. I love seeing all, no offense to the men, we love our allies, but to see all these women in this room is just inspiring. Again, my name is Rochelle Nguyen, and I am proud and honored to represent Assembly District 10 here in Southern Nevada. Just outside of where this is located. I wanted to thank all of our organizers, the hosts, the staff here at Caesar's Palace for joining us on this special evening and what will be the start of an amazing weekend where I know we can build those relationships, help empower women, and pass good policies in our states. All across, so not only just civically, but also in our leadership roles in business and industry. I think that is where the change can also take place as well. I kind of want to start by recognizing Madeline just for her inspiration and her impact on me personally, and I know so many of the women of color that are in this room here today. Her influence, her experience makes me glad that she's on our team and that she's on the forefront of developing the representation that's so needed in our communities. Representation that shows our younger generation, I'm going into that older generation, I think, but our younger generation, the impact that they can have and that they can create and that they can expand in the future. I want to thank her for inspiring me for keeping going and setting that bar high and being an example of what AAPI representation means in our country. She is a force to be reckoned with, and I hope that I can inspire other people the same way she has inspired me. This is the first time APAICS Women Collective has gathered here in Nevada. It's only the second time ever, but I'm so glad to see everyone here in our great state. I honestly can't think of a better location. It probably should have started here, as we have the first our state is home to the nation's first and only female majority legislature. So our state is, when we travel, and I know I can speak to other legislators that are in the room from out of state and other places, when you go to see other state legislatures around the country, I know that the diversity that we represent here in the state of Nevada is unique and it is the future. So I am very excited to have us host this event. I believe what you see when you see a female majority legislature, what it does for the state. You see it directly. We have health care that addresses alarming maternal mortality rates. We have protections for pre-existing conditions. We have protected marriage equality and our core constitutional services and values here in our state. We've raised minimum wage. We've taken care of children's health, child care for our working mothers, and we've safeguarded our elections and expanded voter rights, and we continue to lead in this state. I know we have many legislators in here, and just to highlight some of the other members of our AAPI Legislative Caucus, we have Honorary Chair Assemblywoman Torres. She's present here too, and without her leadership, we wouldn't be able to, it started with a $500,000 amount of money budgeted, allocated towards establishing an immigration clinic here. And without that, I think it's at like 1.5 million with matching with county and city dollars. So that is what you see when you see women in leadership positions. I see Assemblywoman Gonzalez here. Where is she? There she is. Also a member of our caucus, and also was a part of the 2020 training class with me with APAICS, and we're here locally. We have a champion for environmental justice as well as criminal justice, and without her voice at that table, leading that charge, we wouldn't have policies like that in the state. I see also Assemblywoman Miller here, and she immediately took the lead and always has been a voice for educators and a voice for our children and our schools. And without her leadership in leadership positions, we wouldn't have anti-racism policies in our education system that she has taken the leadership. And it goes without saying, but we wouldn't be able to do any of this if we didn't have that final signature from our governor, who is also present here. So thank you to Governor Sisolak for always being an ally. You know, we hear a lot that behind every great man there isn't a powerful, amazing woman, and I know that is true from our keynote speaker here today. So I'm very excited that we're all here. But just to talk about this, APAICS has kind of a special meaning for me, and I know a lot of people in this room. There are a lot of organizations out there that help candidate training, but APAICS really helped me as an Asian woman to feel empowered to run for office, taught me how to make impactful policy changes. Also taught me how to ask for money. I'm looking at you, Madeline, because I know that's super important, and it is something that I think women tend to shy away from wanting to do that, asking for money to support your causes and to support your leadership. And so having an organization like this that stands behind and shows what women can accomplish when they get into those leadership positions is super important. I know that my path to holding public office is an example of APAICS's work in fulfilling its mission to create a political path for generations to come by cultivating leaders, cultivating that leadership and increasing public policy expertise that advance Asian American Pacific Islander women in holding public office. We still face plenty of challenges, as you can see if you turn on any social media, if you look at all the political ads that are attacking the progress that we have made. So it's even more important. In this state, there are 4 of us in here as a part of the AAPI Legislative Caucus, and we have a population over 250,000 Asian Pacific American in Nevada, and we still need that representation. Now more than ever, it's become apparent that we must continue the work that requires diversity in leadership. And again, I'm honored to be here. I'm also honored to be here. I hate speaking for everyone that knows that about me, be a part of listening to our First Lady, Kathy Sisolak, who in and of herself is a powerhouse woman, a leader in business, as well as a natural leader in our community. During the pandemic, she had horrible things that should not have been put upon anyone, and she has handled it with grace and taken that to make sure that her experience is not one that others have to experience. And I know that we have all felt that, and hopefully she has felt our love as well. This is a short weekend of events and meetings and relationships, and hopefully we can replicate the strength that we have started here in Nevada across the country from where you all are from. And with that, I will turn it right back over to Madeline.